Everyone's showing off how Gemini 3 can build apps, games, simulators, and web pages, all for good reason. But the Gemini 3 release that's being overshadowed is this feature called Dynamic View, which Google is also calling Generative UI. It takes your prompt and creates an engaging, interactive response. You can learn about history, learn about statistics, or you can use it for event planning or find your fashion statement. If you're a visual learner, this is the tool that you're looking for. Gemini 3 will take your prompt and use its state-of-the-art multimodal understanding to generate custom dynamic visual experiences. So you can learn and interact with the tool that it creates with its dynamic environment for deeper understanding. It's rolling out to the Gemini web app and AI mode with Google search. Another generative UI experiment that Google is running is with visual layout. What this does is it takes the user's prompt and creates a magazine experience where you can explore the different options and provide further inputs. We're not talking about submitting additional prompts, but clicking through the visual layout and submitting your inputs to create more tailored results. We'll try this ourselves. So in the Gemini web app, we have the model set to Gemini 3, and then for the tools, we'll select visual layout. You can see that it's an experiment here, and we'll use this prompt to create a travel itinerary next year for cities hosting World Cup games to FIFA's current top 15 ranked men's teams. And while that's generating the visual layout, this will roll out to Gemini web apps. This took Gemini 3 15 to 20 seconds to generate. We have a header here with an overview for the trip itinerary. We have the top 15 ranked teams. This is correct. We need to see Italy step it up here to qualify. There's the host cities in the US, Mexico, and Canada, and then the 3-day regional itineraries. You can click through these different tabs. First, we have the East Coast route from New York to Philly to Boston. And then there's the Texas Central route, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, Missouri. And then the West Coast route from LA, San Francisco to Seattle. So for each of these tabs, each of these cities, you can take a look at the morning, afternoon, and evening ideas. And then you can choose the route or the region that you're most interested in. There are some other settings that you can toggle, like the duration for the trip. If we want to, say, find something between 16 and 30 days, or if we want a more relaxed route or a more fast-paced itinerary. And once we have those set, you can click on submit, or you can just click on one of these days and it'll respond. Here it gave us the day one icons of the harbor and the Hudson for New York. So you can click through all the attractions. I just clicked on this Statue of Liberty card here. It tells you the time, the key focus, and gives you tips. And then there are these other attractions. So it's pulled up additional details for this specific attraction. So there's a bunch of travel information, anything you need to know about prohibited items, IDs, a lot of information here. Now let's take a look at Gemini 3's video capabilities. So before we dive in, let's first upload this video of 2 minutes and 14 seconds of this American football play. And while it uploads, what we're going to do is talk about this prompt. So we're asking it to analyze the video of the team in the black uniforms and provide the strengths and weaknesses of the play. So Gemini 3 brings together its native multimodal capabilities with long context windows. That's why we're able to upload this video here. with its state-of-the-art reasoning and thinking. So it will break down this video, break down the audio, and give us the takeaways, as you can see here. And based on the analysis, it's able to identify the team with the black uniforms is the Raiders, featuring the play The Amazing Run by Ashton Genty, and how he's able to use his elite contact, balance, and power with his vision and the team's downfield blocking. It also points out the weaknesses, how the play could break down if the defense had executed differently. Google has also made Gemini 3 available in AI Studio, their vibe coding app that they've been promoting a lot more recently. You can see some of the examples here, but I created this app. I actually asked it for an app that transforms uploaded images into 3D origami style environment. It's not quite what I wanted, but if we take a look at this right here, so I'm uploading this as the source image, this image of a lion in the middle of a city, and it actually creates something pretty cool. So I'm at the center of the image, and I can drag the image all around to explore the surroundings, so you can see the 3D nature of the environment. But here's another app that I created with a very simple prompt to build an app with a modern design that finds scholarships and grants for students. So at first glance, this looks pretty good. I like this a lot. Here's the search bar. Here's the settings that we can configure, all these different input fields. So let's select graduate student, MBA, location, DC, demographics and keywords. Let's say minority, save profile. And it actually generates personalized suggestions here. So you can see this pop up, and we can choose any one of these, and it fills that into the search bar. Now we can click on find money. We scroll down, and our search is being performed by Google search grounding. And while it's looking up information, we can take a look at some of the other features in the AI app builder. If you prompt it, you can see the thinking and reasoning that it goes through in order to create the app. If you add more prompts, if you want to edit the app, you can look at the history with the previous prompts. Up here, you can also configure advanced settings with this modal that slides over from the right. You can set the default AI model, set the system instructions if you want to specify any guidelines for it to follow. You can also take a look at some of the suggestions here that you want to add. But let's take a look at the results that this app gives us. So it gives us these different suggestions, all these details associated with all these scholarship opportunities. We scroll down, and there are different types of scholarships, as you can see the numbered sections, and it also gives us a summary of the next steps, so action items that you can take. There's a list of the verified sources down at the bottom, so if you click on one of these icons, you can find more information and more details for those scholarships. And finally, if you want, you can click on full screen to see what that layout looks like. Gemini 3 is giving us new interactive experiences, enhanced video understanding, and improved design capabilities for apps and web pages. If you found this useful, like the video and leave a comment. If you want more content on AI, workflow automation, and analytics, subscribe to the channel.